Life is full of ups and downs. We experience joy, we face challenges. Sometimes we get what we want, other times we don't. But here's the beautiful truth. God is always with us, working all things for our good. He is a good God. His love for us never changes. When we receive what we've prayed for, it's God's direction leading us to a place of blessing. He opens doors of opportunity. And when we face closed doors, it's God's protection shielding us from unseen harm. God sees the bigger picture. He knows what we need even when we don't. He is our loving Father, guiding and protecting us every step of the way. The Bible tells us in Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5-6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." God's direction is not always obvious, but when we trust Him and seek His will, He promises to guide our steps. He speaks to us in many ways, through His Word, through prayer, through wise counsel, and through the peace that only He can give. When we sense His peace in a decision, it's a sign that we're moving in the right direction. Sometimes God says no or not yet. It can be disappointing, but we must remember that His protection is just as powerful as His provision. Psalm 91 verse 4 says, "He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart." God may close a door to protect us from something harmful. He sees what we cannot see. He knows the dangers that lie ahead. Trust in His timing. He knows the perfect time for everything. The story of Joseph in the book of Genesis is a powerful example of God's direction and protection. Joseph faced betrayal, slavery, and imprisonment. It seemed like everything was going wrong, but God was with him through it all. In the end, God elevated Joseph to a position of power and used him to save his family from famine. What the enemy meant for evil, God used for good. We hear stories every day of people experiencing God's miraculous protection. People who were spared from accidents, healed from illnesses, or delivered from difficult situations. One such story is of a woman caught in a house fire. Trapped by flames, she cried out to God. Suddenly a window broke and a fireman appeared as if out of thin air. He rescued her just in time. These stories remind us that God is still in the miracle-working business. He is alive and active, watching over His children. When we face disappointment, it's easy to feel like God has forgotten about us. But remember, delay is not denial. God often uses seasons of waiting to strengthen our faith and prepare us for greater things. The Bible tells us in Romans chapter 5 verses 3-5, "We also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us." Seeking His will, prayer, and discernment. How do we know if we're following God's direction? The answer is simple: prayer and discernment. We should bring our desires to God in prayer. Talk to Him about our dreams, our fears, our hopes. Ask for His guidance and wisdom, then listen for His answer. He may speak through a still, small voice, through a Bible verse, through wise counsel, or through a sense of peace. Living in gratitude, recognizing the blessings. Sometimes we're so focused on what we don't have that we forget to be grateful for what we do have. Start each day by thanking God for His blessings. Thank Him for your health, your family, your friends, your home, and your job. When we live in a spirit of gratitude, we open our hearts to receive even more of His blessings. Trusting the journey, even when we don't understand. Life can be confusing. We may not always understand why things happen the way they do, but we can trust that God has a plan. He sees the bigger picture. He knows what's best for us, even when we don't. Trust in His goodness. Trust in His love. Trust in His plan. Walking in faith, knowing God is always with us. When we walk with God, we can face anything life throws our way. We know that He is always with us, guiding and protecting us every step of the way. So, let's walk in faith, knowing that God's got this. When we get what we want, it's His direction. When we don't, it's His protection. Either way, we are held in the palm of His hand. Just trust Him. He loves you, and He will never let you go. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comments in the comments section. Remember, this was created and brought to you by Kenny's Views Concepts. For more interesting, informative, and inspiring videos, please follow the link below. Do not forget to like and share the video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Get inspired.